hot dogs, softball. What else do you need? It's MOAC softball coming your way from the Colt Corral with an added twist. Hot dogs free for everybody. And yes, also the hot dog race was somehow I will be participating in. It's Clear Fork. It's Ontario. It's MOAC big-time softball coming your way live and free on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, with pregame coming your way next.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skoronsky. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
We welcome you inside the pregame show for this MOAC softball matchup between the Clear Fork Lady Colts and the Ontario Lady Warriors. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside Jonathan Langdon. And Jonathan, a big early season matchup between these two squads in the MOAC.
Yeah, we've got the co-MOAC champs from last year, the Clear Fork Lady Colts, here at home. And they're taking on an Ontario team that looks to be on the up and up from last year. Of course, a team that has always had success in the later last couple of years, except for last year where they fell down a little bit. But looking to get back to things here against Clear Fork. What a win this would be in what is now game one of this MOAC series. We'll play the second game in Ontario tomorrow.
Yeah, under head coach Jamie Burke, 3-3, 2-2 in conference. Two of those three losses, though, by one run. That was the Highland, and that was to River Valley. Their two losses, actually, it was to Lexington and River Valley. The Highland loss was their only big loss they had. .430 on-base percentage as a team. They do have 12 extra base hits, so they can hit the ball well, and only 3 strikeouts, so they will at least put the ball in play.
Yeah, they lost 3 stars. Trista Jewell was first-team All-MOAC last year, and then you've got Autumn Taylor and Olivia Kreger, who were both second-teamers. But other than that, the quality that they kept on this roster is going to potentially get them through and maybe upset this Clear Fork team. It's going to be exciting to see that fold out.
One player that is leading the way and on this team still is, well, she's the daughter of one of the coaches. It is Brinlee Kreger. Coach Kreger, you all know him. .625 average so far this season in 6 games. 9 runs batted in, 8 runs scored. She is the offense for the Lady Warriors that help pace them.
Yeah, she's going to be fantastic in this game. Average is great. OBP, as expected, even with that, is also great. She's going to be really good in the heart of the order for this team and really try to get some base runners on. That's some place that they've struggled, however, is getting those runners across to score. So while she is able to get on base, she's going to need some help from everybody else to make this an offensive game here today.
Now, let's take a look at the favorites to get another MOAC championship. That is the Lady Colts, LCP. Clear Fork High School under head coach Adam Brokaw, 3-1, 2-0 in conference. You saw their first conference win last week against Gallion, and then they swept them the next day. Their lone loss 22-11 to a Tri-Way team that's a state favorite as well. 463 on base percentage, 9 extra base hits, 9 Ks.
And this was a very young team last year, and even this year they're still really young, but they had such success last year that you're going to see 6+ sophomores that are going to get regular playing time in this one. I'm excited to see what they do on the other side of things to try and take down Ontario, and the winning's just going to keep on coming for the Lady Colts.
And our player spotlight, well, she's the one you saw live and free. She was our MVP against Gallion. 10 strikeouts in that game. It is Miley Shafer. 4.74 ERA, 21 strikeouts, only 9 walks for her. She was phenomenal as a freshman, even better now as a sophomore.
And they're going to need her to kind of hone in because their ERA as a team is 6.22. Definitely something that we haven't seen very much of from Clear Fork, especially that 22-run loss to Tri-Way. That kind of buffed some of those stats, but a chance here today in an MOAC game to really lock down in the circle and have an opportunity to win and win big.
Now let's take a look at our keys to victory. First for the Lady Warriors of Ontario High School. And, well, for me, run control. Clear Fork, they like to take bases when they are on. You got to keep them off the base paths like that. And yours, keep the gloves clean to keep them off the base paths.
Yeah, because they're fielding at a really good percentage right now, 95.8%. They only have 7 errors with 117 putouts. This team is really good in the field. That trend's going to have to continue if they want to take down one of the MOAC's best.
And now the keys to victory for the Lady Colts. Brought to you by Global Energy Partners. Take bases. The direct opposite. You get on base, you need to do what you do and take bases. As for you, best players, best situations.
Yeah, because that's what they've been doing really well all year so far. They've only left 11 runners on base. This Clear Fork team, which 4 games through is a really good number. You want to keep that up. With 28 RBIs on top of that, this Clear Fork team knows how to score runners in big situations with some of their best players. Get them in those today, and you'll have a good chance to win.
And we are ready to go. First pitch is underway. It is a ball high and wide, and that will be ball number 1. As you see Shafer in the circle, taking on Brinlee Ireland, the sophomore. And she lines that one just foul, and we are even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Travis, we got a good crowd today, of course. Special hot dog edition sort of day. Not just Ontario taking on Clear Fork in softball, but on the other way, we've got baseball just getting set to tip. Same 2 teams.
2 at the top in the baseball side as well. The 1-1 just below the knees. It is 2-1 as we take a look at our first Charter Next Generation replay of the day. Just dipped a little bit too low. That one curves outside, and now it's a hitter's count, Jonathan.
Yeah, so we're going to see aggressive potentially here from Ontario with the leadoff hitter.
Ireland, a .348 hitter this season, the 3-1. In there, first strike, number 2, and the count is full to start things off.
Shafer's last game, she went 3 innings and struck out 2, allowed just 2 hits.
Shafer's full count pitch. Fouled off, we'll go again.
She is top 5 in the league right now in strikeouts, so in a good count, 3-2, really putting pressure on the hitter to really swing at anything close. Don't want to go out looking here, so a good chance for Shafer to take advantage of that and potentially get a K.
Another 3-2 to the second baseman. That's a fly ball in the left, and under it to make the catch is the first out. Haley Thrush, can of corn, 1 down.
Yeah, so you'll take that. That's a good swing out of Ontario, but just right to a fielder. And continue on with the order. No runners on base. This is where you want to be here for Clear Fork.
That'll bring up Eden Howard, the senior. First pitch. High and outside for ball 1. Just underway here from the Valley. The 1-0 to Howard. Catches the outside corner. We're even at 1.
was pretty outside there. So kind of getting a gauge of this umpire's zone. Maybe go outside a little more.
Howard batting .500, fouls that one off. Shafer's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Howard opposing Shafer today. She will be in the circle for Ontario in the bottom of the first. The 1-2. Just low. We're even at 2.
Now, same location on the outside end, just a little bit low that time. Howard in the last game took one out of the park. She's got 2 homers so far this year.
The 2-2 fouled back. We stay alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Howard, 10 hits and 20 at bats. She has 9 RBIs, a double, and 2 home runs. The power threat for Ontario in the 2-hole. The 2-2. High and outside, and another full count for Miley Shafer.
Pitch count getting up here for Shafer. However, that really hasn't stopped her from going the distance in a lot of these games for Clear Fork. They only have 2 pitchers. They rotate between Shafer and then another freshman, Lily, who we may see later today.
3-2, popped up. Mel Bluebaugh looking for it, makes the catch, 2 down. So another nice pitch on a full count, gets the pop out for out number 2.
Yeah, she jammed Howard that time, forced a swing in on it. Didn't go very far. Bluebaugh had an easy play.
2 down for Kreger. Our player, spotlight player, hitting over 600 on the season. She takes ball 1.
And Ontario's played a lot more games than some of these other softball programs in the area. They've played 6 games, so that's really impressive to keep that up, even with how many games you've got through.
Pops this one up right there at first base to make the catch for the 3rd out. That's Carr. Ava Carr makes the catch, and that'll do it for the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We've played a half inning. Lady Colts coming to bat.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Eden Howard in the circle. Hot dogs barking. Hot dogs served here today on Hot Dog Day in Belleville. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon, and a nice 1-2-3 inning for Shafer. She did get into some trouble. Full count on her first 2 batters. We're able to work out of that. Really no hard hit balls either.
Yeah, and we're about to see Clear Fork's offense try to respond here. Mel Bluebaugh is going to lead things off, and she's a good contender for MOAC Player of the Year. Trying to make her case here today in an MOAC doubleheader.
Going against Eden Howard. Despite her 1-3 record, she has a .350 ERA on the year, but a big bat to face off with Mel Bluebaugh batting .571. Takes strike 1. We're underway in the bottom of the second, in the bottom of the first, I should say.
There's another outside strike call, so you're seeing this trend continue even on the Colts side of the bats.
The 0-1 that bounces in there. We're even at a ball and a strike. Scoreless here, bottom 1 on the Wellspring scoreboard. 45 degrees, cloudy. Chance for a little bit of rain here as we go on through the day. Will it ever get warm again? Who knows?
No.
It's Ohio. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Looking for the bunt she offered. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, lunge for that wretch outside. It ended up hitting the dirt. Not the greatest bunt take. It does bring you down. 1 strike takes you out.
The 1-2. Low and outside. Blue ball just barely held. It's 2-2.
It's not a bad pitch either because you just saw her offer a bunt at a pitch like that. So keep it away from her. Force her to send it opposite field.
The 2-2 from Howard. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Had some movement to it. Blue ball could not get any on the bat.
Must have seen something in the tape. Not liking Blue ball, not liking outside pitches, but also liking to swing at them as well. So good job from Ontario. They get the strikeout to start.
That'll bring up Jada Brokaw. The 2-hitter, she's hitting .545 on the season. Looking the bunt, takes ball 1. Little bit of a breeze here today. I'd say it's blowing from left field to right on the softball field, opposite way on the baseball field. She gets the bunt down nicely. Throw to first, just gets her. And there's 2 down. That's a nice play by the first baseman. That's Kreger.
Good job by the Warriors. Ready for that. That'll go as a 3-4 in the book.
Kreger to Ireland. That's how you practice it. 2 down. That'll bring up Haley Thrush. First pitch, grounded foul. No balls and a strike.
Nice catch over there by Coach Brokaw at the third baseline.
Thrush on the season, .385 hitter. The 0-1. Chopped the short, up with it, and the throw to first for a 1-2-3 inning as Mullins with the nice play to end the inning. So both teams go down in order as we have played one on Hot Dog Day here at Clear Fork.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Four, 5, 6 due up for the Lady Warriors, top of 2. And the first pitch by Pearson swung deep to right, but the catch is made. Snow cone grab by Rogers, and there's 1 down, just like that. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, so far, pitching to contact here, Clear Fork doing a good job in the field, just like we thought Ontario needed to do to get this win. Still early, but 4 straight putouts for the Clear Fork Lady Colt defense.
That'll bring up Dawson, a 4-12 hitter. We will keep it here after the end of the top of the first because it's time for the hot dog race, and somehow, some way, I got asked into doing it, so by request of one Brian Skoronsky and many, many other people that I know, we must have this televised.
And you're going to win it, right?
One would hope. One would hope. I do not want to embarrass the family. Line drive in the right. Base hit for Dawson. And our first run of the day goes to the Lady Warriors with 1 down.
Yeah, good swing. Took it opposite field. Right through the gap there in the infield. And you got a base runner on. Opportunity to move her forward. Just 1 out here. So good real estate right now.
That will bring up for the Lady Warriors, Kennedy Weiler.
Just fouled back a bunt.
Trying to play some small ball themselves are the Lady Warriors.
He's batting .235 this year, Weiler. .333 OBP. He's got 3 RBIs, though. So she's able to drive in runs.
That one taken to even the count. Pulled back just in time. That was high for ball 1.
Yeah, from the looks of it, Clear Fork's got a pretty good bunt defense, so this will be really tough to squeeze down a bunt.
The 1-1. Went swinging and swung right through the fastball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Added a little extra relish to that one. I apologize to everybody. Too many
There's
hot
plenty
dog
more
jokes
coming.
today. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Went with some extra nacho cheese on that one.
First strikeout of the day.
I'll bring up the designated player.
That is Shafer's 22nd strikeout of the year.
Kylie Corwin takes strike 1.
That's pretty good, too, Travis, considering only have 21 innings played, so pretty much 1 per.
Yeah, and that 10 strikeout performance against Galleon, extremely impressive. The 0-1. Fly ball. It's a pop-up to second, and that will do it, and that means I must step aside here for the moment.
But don't go anywhere. Yeah. We are about to witness Big League Berardi make his way out to the field and pause this game, put on a little show for the whole crowd here today. Cheers all the way from Clear Fork's dugout as Travis makes his way over for this hot dog race. Ketchup, mustard, relish, all chasing the hot dog here from Clear Fork High School. The hot dog gets the head start. Scott Sellers, Jess Brokaw, Travis Berardi chasing. Runners at the ready, and here they go, rounding first. Early lead from Sellers. A little bit of bumping from all sides. Really trying to make things interesting here as they round second. Big League Berardi, no surprise, he is in last place at the moment. Runners turn toward third, heading home. Oh, and there is an intruder. And Berardi falls to the floor. Brokaw wins it. Relish the moment. What a race. 3 great competitors. Only one could win, and it makes sense. Clear Fork Colts cheering on. Relish. And with that finally over, we move to the bottom of the second. We'll take a break and come back live and free on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skoronsky. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
And we are back ready to go for the bottom of the second. Still a tie ball game between the Clear Fork Lady Colts and the Ontario Warriors. Colts at the bats. That first pitch is fouled away. Colts went 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first, so we've got 4, 5, and 6 up to the plate. Howard sends another one. This one outside. It'll make it an even 1-1. Katrina Rogers in right field sits at the plate right now. The windup from Howard. The dish. Dribbles across the turf. That'll make it 2-1. Rogers batting .308 to start this season. First team all MOAC last year. Swings at another one, fouls that back, even 2-2. Here's the delivery. Rogers swings, zips that to third. What a snag over there, and a throw to first is on time for the out. So Rogers is retired on a fantastic play from the Warrior defense. Pearson to Kreger over at first. Out number 1.
I didn't know they were allowed to use weaponry in that race. Was taken down by a slingshot. Looked like that ball to first was on a slingshot too. Nice throw for the first out.
I'll give Travis some time to catch his breath here. Ground ball to second. Easy out yet again there for Ontario. So 2 up, 2 gone.
Yeah, early on these two defenses playing very, very good ball so far. And that's what your key was for Ontario. Clean plays in the field.
Bailey Riddle now to the plate. Five up, 5 down. There's a swing and a miss. Gets Howard yet again ahead in the count. Bailey Riddle, 400 batting average so far this year. Went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the second game last week. That one misses. 1-1 the count now. 1-1, 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. The delivery from Howard. Swing and a miss.
I'm impressed with her movement thus far too. I mean, she was able to get Mel Bluebaugh, who rarely strikes out, on a nice off speed. And then that one, she can move at both sides of the plate.
Here's the 1-2. Low and outside. She's got obviously the fastball. She's got a change. She has a curveball. She did say before this game, however, that wasn't moving too much in the cold. Seems it's gotten to work here lately. That one curves outside, however. We are now at a full count, 3-2. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second.
And you know, that's always something too for batters. You hate swinging a bat in the cold weather. Anytime you make contact, it feels like your fingers get shattered. So it's some tough play, especially early on in the season. But hey, you're out here playing at least.
That one swung and popped foul. So we'll go back to the plate at yet another even full count. Riddle did not play in Game 1 of their series against Galleon. Of course, talked about her performance in Game 2. Went 2 for 3. And she faces off against the ace for Ontario. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, slowed her down. 1-2-3 yet again. Go the Clear Fork Lady Colts. Solid start in the circle for Eden Howard as we head to the top of the third and see if her offense can help her out.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
8-9-1 due up here in the top of the third for the Ontario Lady Warriors. First pitch swinging, that will line towards the foul part of the right field. So have an 0-1 start to the count here at the plate for Lillian Gray. Sits behind the dish as the catcher for the Warriors.
Hitting .556 on the year. Only a freshman.
So swinging another one. This one dribbled over to Bluebaugh, who will throw to first. Easily on time. Out number one.
And that, I still don't understand how Mel Bluebaugh was not an All-Ohioan last year. First team All-District, first team All-MOAC, not only for her offense, but plays like that. She made that look simple when she did that on the short hop, too.
Made it look easy. Was a step and a half ahead of the running Lillian Gray, who now goes back to the dugout. We've got the 9-hitter. Don't sleep on this one, though. Piper Studer watches that one go outside. Studer batting .231 this year, but she had a great freshman season where she hit for .324 last year. Swings that one foul into the Clear Fork dugout. As it looks like on the other side of things, we had a big play for the Colts.
Yeah.
For baseball team, they lead 2-0.
Yeah. Brand new scoreboards here this year at Clear Fork High School. They also got electricity over in the batting cages. They're really making this a very nice facility.
Pop up
Woo!
and reaching up to make the catch is Mel Bluebaugh. She has made both outs here in the top of the third.
And both were not of the easy variety as well. Running kind of halfway backwards, turned at the last second, jumped up, made the catch, and then blew a kiss to a fan beyond the fence for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order now.
Here's Ireland. Swings at the first pitch from Shafer. And another nice catch from Clear Fork. This time it's the shortstop. And Perry comes down with it, ends the third inning.
That is a diamond cut if I've ever seen one. Ranging back, making the catch, and then controlling it as she comes to the ground. That is a catch. First down, Lady Colts, as we head to the break.
Still scoreless. Heading to the bottom of the third to try and change that if you're the Colts.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Still no base runners here for Clear Fork as we're in the bottom of the third. There's a first pitch swing, grounder to shortstop, throw to first will be not in time. Ball also trickles out to right field.
I think that's a hit. You want to look at the replay with me. I think she would have beaten that out anyway. If you take a look at the Charter Next Generation replay.
Yep, make it a single for the leadoff here in the third, Ava Carr.
First hit of the day for the Lady Colts, coming here in the third.
And here comes the pitcher for the Colts, trying to help her case for a win, Miley Shafer. So Howard went through the first 6 batters before giving up a hit. And now we got to sacrifice that one foul to the backstop.
Shafer this season, hitting .364. Does have 2 RBI on the season.
She'll step back into the box. We'll see if she tries to lay another bunt down. 0-1 the count. Here's Howard's pitch. Squaring away. She did offer. It is also tipped. As we got a throw down, safe at first. It was Carr.
Nice job by the catcher to corral that.
So we've got an 0-2 count. Shafer. One-on-one with the pitcher here. Here's a delivery. Swing and a miss. Another nice changeup. Gets another strikeout for Howard. That's her third.
One per inning thus far.
That'll send us to the 9-hole hitter for Clear Fork. Maya Perry just made a great play at shortstop with a pop-up to the outfield.
Usually you make a good play to end the inning and you come up, you get a big hit.
And she gets a big swing here. Left fielder just going to miss that, but it was a foul ball.
She nearly made me a profit there, Jonathan. That almost dropped in for extra bases and possibly a 1-0 lead.
Looks great off the bat, too. However, we will reset in an 0-1 count. Baseball scored yet again. They lead 3-0 on the other side of
You can watch
things
that
here
on our Facebook timeline as well as our main YouTube page and Twitter.
The 0-1. Popped up to the backstop. Another 0-2 count here for Clear Fork. One gone, runner on first. Howard has won herself back with some momentum here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss again. Back-to-back strikeouts. Eden Howard.
This time, putting some speed on that one for the strikeout pitch. She used the off-speed for her first 3 strikeouts. This time, right down the pipe, 2 down.
Watch out, though. The lefty Mel Bluebaugh into the plate. Back to the top of the order go the Clear Fork Colts. Ontario's best against Clear Fork's best. That misses underneath. Still throw down. Easily in there.
And there's that base running we talked about for the Clear Fork Lady Colts. First stolen base on the evening. Now, runner in scoring position, a 1-0 count for Bluebaugh. She can look for her pitch and hopefully drive it to give LCP the lead.
1-0 count in favor of Bluebaugh. Looks at that one just inside. Still scoreless here in the bottom half of the third. Second trip up for Mel Bluebaugh. She struck out swinging to lead things off for the Colts. Ooh, that one's in there, low and outside.
Little backdoor movement there as it curved back in to catch the plate. That's a big strike there. You do not want to go 3-0 on Mel Bluebaugh.
Instead, here is the 2-1 from Howard. That one is high. Hitters count for Mel Bluebaugh.
Yep. This is where you normally just look. One spot, if it's there, go for it. If not, you don't have to swing. You have a ball to play with.
Howard looks at her arm for the marking, for the call. The 3-1. Bluebaugh wisely takes. She'll get the base. Runners on first and second with 2 gone. And now that brings Jada Brokaw.
Brokaw thrown out on that bunt attempt in the first inning.
Not a bunting situation here, though. This is honestly someone that you really want to see at the plate right now. She just knows how to get on base. And with that, you think maybe with the runner in scoring position, she could drive one home too. Swings at the first pitch, grounder to the third, bobbled. It'll be an easy base yet again for Brokaw. Mark that down as an error on the third baseman.
Yes, she kind of stumbled as the ball was hit and could not make the play. It loads things up now with 2 down. And Haley Thrush, the 3 hitters, we get a bit of a mound meeting to calm everybody down.
So
Thrush.
bases juiced. Carr on third, Bluebaugh on second, Brokaw on first. And this will be Haley Thrush after this meeting that will go to the plate for Clear Fork. She has driven in a team-high 5 RBIs this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that have multiple RBI to start the season. But she's the one. So at 3-hole, usually your 4-hole's your power hitter, but your 3-hole's your most efficient hitter on the team, and this is a big situation for her.
First pitch swinging, fouled back. Thrush was 1 for 4 with a run scored in their last game. Did not record an RBI in that one, but she had early success looking to find it here. Howard the pitch. Outside, 1-1.
Nice hold as the rain begins to fall. I mean,
wind's blowing right towards us, it feels.
Yeah. I mean, if it's 45, why not have rain as well? You know?
Suicide squeeze. That will just roll foul. Fortunate, though, for Clear Fork because the catcher could have easily just picked that up and tagged the runner.
Gutsy call by Brokaw's group. Also, it puts her in a hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's Howard. She can go to that arsenal for strikeout pitches right here.
If Thrush can reach, Rogers will be up next. Swing and a pop-up. Is it in play? No is the answer. Fouled back again. So Carr started off this bottom half of the third with a single, stole second, blue ball walks, and then Brokaw reached base, moved everybody up 1 with an error on the third baseman.
Key early game moment.
The 1-2 is driven to left. That one foul.
Went with the off speed, and she was just ahead of it. It's a good thing, too, if that's a fastball. I don't know if it stays in play.
Still fighting in this at-bat. Haley Thrush. We'll see the 1-2. Outside. Evens it up.
That's the second time Thrush has been able to hold off on that pitch as it tailed out of the zone.
2-2 the count. 2 gone. 3 on. Here's Howard's pitch to Thrush. Up the middle. This one in play. Pop up to the third baseman. Pearson makes up for her error on the last bat. And she gets him out of a bases-loaded jam. We stay tied at 0 as we head to the 4th.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skoronsky. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Two, 3, 4 due here for Ontario. Eden Howard just pitched herself out of a jam a few moments ago, looking to get the bat started for the Warriors.
Both teams only 1 hit through the first 3 innings.
Looks at a pitch outside here to start the 4th inning. On the other side of things, still in the bottom half of the first, Colts have put a 7 spot on the Ontario Warriors. And counting. Foul back to the backstop. Even 1-1 here from the softball field.
Howard worked the count full in the first inning before popping out the Mel Blue ball.
Another one popped foul. Miley Shafer doing solid. Just one strikeout. She's pitched to contact well.
But she has calmed down after those first two batters. Those first two batters, like I said, the full count. But since then, she's gotten back to what's gotten her successful the last season and a quarter.
Howard belts this one towards right field. That's another one that'll go foul. Only one hit allowed here by Shafer, and they only reached first base. They didn't go any further than that. So no real big pressure situations yet for the Colts in the field, but a chance for Howard to start one. 1-2. High and outside. It's 2-2.
This is an Ontario team last year, finished 12-13, 6-8 in the conference.
This one just going to go out of play off of the batting cage pole.
Last year, Clear Fork 7-0, 9-7 winners against Ontario.
In a season where they would end up going 13-1 in the MOAC and becoming co-champs in the league, along with Shelby. Another foul ball. Good at bat here from Howard as they stay even 2-2.
Yeah, Lady Colts made it to the district championship game before falling to eventual regional runners-up in Lexington.
Lexington also played against this Ontario team last year in the district semis. That's where the Warriors bowed out. Here's the 2-2 again. Low, and we've got a full count yet again. Seen a lot of these so far here in this game, Travis.
Yeah, this is, I mean, with the weather too, it's sometimes tough to grip the softball and get what you want.
Just misses high with that pitch, and Howard is given first base. First walk for the pitcher, Shafer.
Yeah, just dipped over the lettering before coming back down to the catcher's glove.
Here's Brinlee Kreger. Fouls off the first pitch. She popped up to third. Pardon me, popped up to first in the top of the first.
Warriors with its second base runner of the game.
The windup from Shafer.
She's going.
Squares to bunt. Throw down just a little high, and that will go past the center fielder. Broca has to run and get it, and Howard is going to score.
Wow.
1-0 Warriors as the score is finally broken up in the top half of the fourth on an errant throw and a rough scoop by the center fielder.
A 3-base error after the walk gives Ontario the 1-0 advantage. Pitch was a ball, so it's 1-1.
Next pitch is grounded right to short. Easy throw down. Wipe the bases clear, getting out on the board.
If only they had not thrown, well, if only that pitch had come 2 pitches earlier before she ran. There's an easy double play ball. But for something that you usually see with Clear Fork, scoring on taking bases, Ontario giving them a taste of their own medicine.
This is Morgan Pearson. She led off the second inning. Ended up flying out to right field on her first pitch seen. She swings and misses there. It's a 1-1 count here with one gone in the top of the fourth. High and outside. 2-1. Warriors just scored a few moments ago. They had a 3-base error on the catcher Stewart as she went to throw down on a steal attempt. Nice swing into right field. That is just fair. Turning towards second,
nice
Pearson
throw.
will throw and get tagged out. Nice play by Rogers and right.
Beautiful throw Played it off the fence, as you'll see here on the replay, and gunned it the second in plenty of time. Watch this bounce. Right off the fence, grabs it with one hand, and a beautiful, beautiful throw right in to get the out.
Good scoop as well by the shortstop Perry. Scooped it up, applied the tag, and that's 2 gone. So Pearson a single, but thrown out trying to stretch.
Single 9-6 put out.
First pitch missed with the ball with the next batter. This is Ellie Dawson. She singled in the second.
Remember that moment, too.
Nice easy pick by Bluebaugh in the hot corner. That will end things here in the top half of the fourth, but the damage done. A 3-base error allows Howard to score all the way from first to make it 1-0.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Bottom of the fourth here from Clear Fork High School, where the Lady Colts are looking to get back into this game after going down 1-0. And that's a solid start. Drive to left, however, a nice catch made by Weiler for Ontario to make it out number 1.
That was a high drive and a great running catch.
Katrina Rogers was at the plate. She flies out to the left fielder Weiler, made a nice play in right field in the top half, and now the outfield for Ontario returns the favor.
Robbed her of at least 2 bases there. Because if that gets past her, she's going to have to take time to recover and get back to it, and that's at least an extra base.
Schlosser swings at the first pitch, grounded to second. Easy throw over by Ireland. Kreger makes the catch at first, out number 2. Very quick work here. So make it a 4-3 as Schlosser goes down to the second baseman for the second time today. And up next is Bailey Riddle.
Riddle struck out back to end the second inning.
She takes strike 1 here. Just hit the black on the lower outside corner. 4 strikeouts so far for Howard. She has had 1 per inning. This will go foul. Howard is due for that here.
Although even if she doesn't, she did have 2 strikeouts last inning to stay. But she'd still like to pad her stats a little bit more with the strikeout here to end the inning.
Here's the 0-2. Put some speed on that one. Her other strikeouts were on her changeup. She misses with that fastball outside. Howard pitched the entire 10-inning loss in their first game against River Valley last week. She struck out 10, giving up 7 runs. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball over to third base, throw on to first. That will do it for the bottom half of the fourth. Berardi's got you the rest of the way. 1-0 Warriors.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Six, 7, 8 due up here for the Lady Warriors in the top of the fifth. They lead Clear Fork 1-0. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. Jonathan, thank you for taking over as I went and made a fool of myself on the turf. But we've got a good one here, a good pitcher's duel between these two squads. And it's just fitting that the pitcher for the Lady Warriors, with I guess you could say the only offense for her squad as well, she's doing it all today.
Yeah, and she was also disruptive on the base paths, and that's why we see the score where it is right now.
Sky-high pop-up, but it gets out of play, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Weiler back in the second inning, struck out. It was the lone strikeout so far today for Shafer.
And this game is pretty much right where we thought it would be, Travis, especially with how the conditions have played out. A little bit of rain here in the last couple of innings. I think it's kind of died down at this point. But really cold, so it's not going to be popping off the bat as much as you would expect later on in the year it will.
Grounder to blue ball. Bobbles it, picks it up, throws, and it's wide of first. Runner's going to try for second. The throw down there is in time. And another play by the Clear Fork defense for out number 1.
So Bluebaugh hesitated, lost it out in front of her, threw it away, but Rogers makes up for it and gets the out. And that's a really good angle we got on our camera. Easily saw the tag come in first.
Thrush doing what she's supposed to do, and that's back up first base, played the bounce, threw it right down to second for the out. Another grounder towards Bluebaugh. This one goes foul. So that's an E5.
9-6.
9-6 put out for the first out.
Tell you what, Thrush over there, or Rogers over there on right, has had her work cut out for her so far.
Yeah, it's Rogers. I have my directions kind of screwed up because we're looking
from
center field. You're right. Yeah, but Rogers, she's had a great day in the field, keeping this a 1-run game. That's a ball, making it 2 balls and a strike here with 1 down in the top of the 5th. We will stay here for the GEP Global 5th inning stretch. Coming up after 3 outs. Liner, what a diving, lunging catch for out number 2 by Maya Perry.
And that's the second of that variety from Perry. Able to leap up, make a nice catch. Beautiful defense here from Clear Fork, and I feel like the keys to victory today have been swapped on both sides. Clear Fork's defense showing what we thought Ontario's would here today.
And there's a chopper real quick to first to end the inning, but we will keep it right here momentarily as we
put our hands in our pockets and get
Yeah.
warm. That's what this is. It's not a stretch this time.
It's a warmth. Nonetheless, let's welcome you inside the Global Energy Partners 5th inning stretch here from the Colt Corral, where your score after 4.5. 1-0. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Ontario. No runs, a hit, 2 errors for the Lady Colts. However, one of those errors, the reason why Ontario has their run.
And the other error on the other side of things ended up being okay because the backup ended up throwing the runner out anyways. So we've seen kind of both sides of that play out with those errors. And the rain, as I'm seeing as we stretch here, is starting to pick up yet again. But nothing that is going to stop this game at all. Little drizzle is what I'm seeing right now out on the field.
Taking a look at the box score, Shafer so far, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, the 1 run given up, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 58 pitches, 37 strikes. As for Howard, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 49 pitches, 34 strikes. I want to thank Global Energy Partners for being our pregame, 5th inning stretch, and postgame sponsor here today. As we get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning here.
And the bottom of the order, too, we've got 7, 8, 9 due up here for the Colts. So Carr, Shafer, Perry.
Carr has the lone hit of the day, looking to get the inning started once again with another. And a low fastball out of the zone, swings and misses for strike 1.
I'll tell you what, that changeup is looking really good today from Howard. Getting some of these hitters in front of it. Changing up speeds really well.
That one she held off, the even count at 1. It's the bottom of the 2nd inning. Over on the baseball side behind us, a game you can see on our Facebook timeline as well as YouTube main channel and Twitter. It's 7-0 Colts over Ontario. Pop up right. Bobbled by the catcher. It falls in. And the Lady Colts get a base runner as she was unable to handle it. That's a hit.
So Carr's reached both times here today. Gotta love seeing that from her. She actually turned towards second, thinking she was going to go to second, and then first base coach had to run over and tell her to get back on the bag because they could have easily thrown over and tagged her out as she ran through first base.
And with the wind blowing as well, that's a tough play for the catcher right out in front of the plate. You have to track it down with the high sky, with the cloudy sky, and then with the wind, you got to try and bring it in. It's kind of like a knuckler out there.
Unfortunately, it is still an error.
Yes.
So that's an E2.
Now, I was looking, we called her first hit a hit ourselves, but the official game changer scorer called it an error. We'll have to discuss after the game about that, in case that was the only hit of the game for Clear Fork.
Because that was the bang-bang play at first that I thought she beat out anyways.
I did too, yes. As the wind starts picking up again. Slap bunt, fouled away. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So these next 2 hitters that are coming up, Howard got the better end of. In their first at bat, they both struck out swinging.
Both were on off-speed pitches as well. Does she go back to that here? Tries outside, evens the count at 2.
A nice fastball, try to test Blue here in this one. Called a couple of outside strikes early, so why not go back to that, see if he can get a call.
The 2-2. Inside. Fills the count up at 3-2.
It's about the only place where if you throw that changeup, you're probably not going to get a swing if you're forcing the batter to kind of move away from where they are. So just not a great location there. See if she can get a strikeout here, though.
The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. It's first and second with nobody down.
Shades of the bottom half of the 3rd here and the bottom of the 5th. Because Carr reached to start that inning and ended up resulting in the bases getting loaded. Clear Fork didn't ultimately end up scoring off of that, but here's a second chance for the Colts.
That'll bring up Perry. She also struck out back in the 3rd inning, but she's made a couple very nice defensive plays to keep this a 1-0 game. Can come up big with a hit here. Looking the bunt, gets it down. It's a nice bunt. All they can do is throw it to first. Both runners move. And that's a sacrifice 3-4. 2 runners in scoring position for Blue Ball.
So you got Blue Ball up now, just 1 out. You like her chances to really just get something in play, even though she did strike out in the first. You've got her, and then you got Brokaw, who's done a good job also doing the same thing, just getting into play, as we're going to see a meeting in the circle.
Big moment here. Bottom of the 5th, and a 1-0 game. Go-ahead runner on second, the best hitter on the team up. One of the best hitters, I should say, but
you should say best hitter, one of the best hitters in Richland County,
this
too.
is true. Against Galleon, she hit a first-inning home run. She can pretty much do it all.
And this wind favors her. The way it's blowing right now,
is true. Yeah,
right on our
left-handed
faces, even while under a 10.
I'd give you a thumbs up, but I can't feel my fingers right now.
Yeah, mine are in my pockets.
Blue Ball struck out in the first, walked into third. First pitch to her. Off speed down the pipe, strike 1.
That is bold from Howard. Going right down the middle with that changeup. Slew up Blue Ball. Didn't put her bat around. Try to swing at it. I don't think she sees a better pitch in this at-bat than what she just saw right there.
The 0-1. Swings through that one, and it's an 0-2 count.
I stand corrected. That was also pretty good, but that changeup to start the at-bat really slowed down the process for Mel Blue Ball that time. Maybe she tries to slow her down yet again here.
A lot to play with here, ahead 0-2.
Playing seesaw right now with the mind of Mel right now.
The 0-2. Just outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Now we have to say we are at a bit of an angle away from the plate, so might look good on the screen, but we're not straight up, so it could be a bit outside, although it still looked good. Low 1-2. Leaned out for it, and that is going to drop foul and stay a ball and 2 strikes.
And that was a location they struck out Mel at, low and outside in the first inning, so she's been able to adjust well. Able to kind of sneak around. Just foul that one off, stay alive here in a 1-2 count.
Howard ready again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down here in the 5th. 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch low, and we're even at 2. And this is something you don't want to do either, is load the bases with 1 down for Brokaw and Thrush coming up.
Yeah, that'd be the worst case scenario, especially with just 1 out.
2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Blue Ball. Fly ball to center. Center fielder easily makes the catch. Tags at third. The throw is offline. It's cut off. Throw to third. Got her. But the run will score. As we take a look at the Charter Next Generation replay, an easy catch. Howard made the smart play. She at first dove out of the way to clear the path for home, but then caught it on her knees, threw it to third to get the out to end the 5th inning. However, it is a sac fly. We're tied at 1 as we head to the 6th.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skoronsky. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Missed the first pitch there, but it is a strike. For all you statistical nerds out there that love keeping book for some of these games, we just saw an 8-1-5 sacrifice double play. How about that?
RBI, sacrifice, double play, you get it all. And a tie game now as we head to the 6th. There's a high fly ball, middle center field. Ball is caught, 4 out. Number 1. Easily tracked down by Brokaw.
So we go back to the top of the order. Ireland is 0 for 2 so far. But you're really looking at trying to get on base, make a good situation for your best hitter who's on deck right now in Eden Howard.
Yeah, this is pretty much the inning for both sides as Clear Fork's got 2, 3, 4 coming up bottom. You got the top of the order with 1 out now here with Ontario's. These are, you get down to it. Last 2 innings, you got your best hitters up. It's which pitcher can make the better pitches to get her team in a better position. So that's taken for ball 1. Perry made one of her multiple nice catches against Ireland back in the 3rd inning, that lunging catch to end the inning.
3-0 right now. Really got to try and dial in.
That one down the pipe for strike 1. She was taking all the way. These two teams will meet at Ontario tomorrow at 5:15. So that's popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not, and the count is now full at 3-2.
Rain's starting to pick up right now. It's blowing towards right field at the moment. But it is blowing kind of in, so it is going to be hard to hit anything out at this point in time.
The payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. It's a leadoff walk, or a 1-out walk, I should say.
And there's a base runner for your best hitter coming up to the plate right now.
Eden Howard. One of those numbers Jonathan mentioned on that put-out sacrifice fly to end the inning. She scored the first run of the game, walked, stole second, and scored on the 2-base error. She lays down the bunt here. Catcher to second for the 2nd out. Runner advances 60 feet.
Pretty good bunt. Didn't go too far distance-wise, but it was far enough away that it was easy enough for that runner to get to second. So in scoring position, you still got Brinlee Kreger, who's been hot at the plate, who has an opportunity to drive one into the outfield, potentially score a run, and take the lead back.
Yeah, this is a game where 1 run could do it here in the last 2 innings for either side, so they're playing for that. You have your top of the order. Like we said, your best hitters are up right here, so if you get somebody on, selfless play by your 2-hitter, by your pitcher, saying, hey, if I can get this runner over, if Kreger can knock her in, I can do the rest on the mound, and we can come out of here with a 2-1 win. The pitch.
That's a safe bet, too, considering Kreger is coming in, batting .625.
Yeah, and with her 0 for 2 so far, she's probably over 600 still. The 2-0. There's a fly ball. It's tailing away from center, but making the catch anyway is Brokaw, and that will end the threat here in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th, still tied. Go 1 apiece.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Bottom of the 6th, 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Lady Colts. in a 1-1 game. Travis Berardi, Jonathan Langdon back here from Belleville on a chilly, sprinkly, hot doggy Wednesday afternoon.
But we're doing it for you. We got a fun game here. Low-scoring affair. But the way that these runs have been scored have been really unique. Ontario, they struck earlier than Clear Fork did. What was it, the fourth, where they were able to get Howard on base, and then she stole second, and a wild pitch ended up turning that into a 3-base error where she came all the way around and scored. And then on the other side of things, Clear Fork was able to score on a sacrifice to center, just getting the runner home before the throw was cut off and there was an out made at third.
So both teams making big plays to keep this a 1-1 game. That one she went pretty much to the plate to swing at, fouls it off. It's 0-2.
This little golf swing.
Still haven't been able to get out on the links yet this season. No
It's
reason
coming.
to with the weather. But yes, it is. We'd hope. No balls, 2 strikes to Jada Brokaw. Just finished the inning with a catch in center field. Swings outside, strike 3, 1 down.
It's K number 5 for Howard. It's been a really good showing from her, just giving up 1 run so far.
They'll bring up Haley Thrush. Grounded to short in the first, popped out the third to end the third.
And all of her strikeouts have been swinging. It's been able to bait this Clear Fork offense into swinging at some pitches it probably shouldn't be.
Bunt laid down. Throw to first, not in time, and that will officially be the first hit of the game as Thrush places the perfect bunt and beats out the throw. It's a 1-out single.
And hey, it was not even close. Thrush really ran to get to first base, beat it out with ease. Maybe that starts something here.
Thrush, 3 stolen bases in 4 attempts so far this season, Jonathan.
Yeah, so now you've got Rogers at the plate, and then on deck, Schlosser. I don't know why I can't say that right now in the cold.
It's the cold. It's the cold. She actually had a deep drive to left her last at bat, but a nice track down. That's an easy stolen base. She's 4 of 5. Ball gets away. She's going to get the third. Brokaw's going to send her. Here comes the play at the plate. Not in time. Clear Fork leads.
Yet again, a throw down the second turns into a 3-base error. Both teams have done this now, so they're even in that department. So now just that sacrifice splits these 2 teams. And Clear Fork on the better end of things at this moment in the bottom of the 6th, too. So you just need 3 outs in the top half of the 7th, and you've got it done. Of course, you want to add some insurance here with just 1 out. So there's still a good opportunity in the middle of your order to add to this, but looking good right now after that.
And the thing is, she was so far off the base when that was thrown. You didn't even need to throw it. She was safe. And then just a tough bounce off the center fielder's leg let her get by, and just speed kills.
I don't know what it is, but it's been really rough to field some of those balls off the ground over in center field.
Base hit the left. And it's a 1-out single for Rogers.
And one thing I think we've been underrating is the fact that we've talked about how the bats, it's hard to swing in this kind of weather because it does kind of hurt you a little bit. But I feel like it's pretty hard to field, especially and cover so much ground out in the outfield in this cold too. So
it's also pretty hard to call a game in this weather like we're doing right now from center field.
It's also hard to win a hot dog race, so I think everybody feels
I did not know
feels for you
that weaponry was allowed. That throws wide. Rogers is going to be rounded from third. She's going to take home. The throw is high. She scores. Runner gets to third, rounds it. And 2 errors on the play. Score another for the Lady Colts with some big insurance.
And she gets all the way around to third after that whole sequence. So really good base running from Clear Fork, really putting the pressure on Ontario.
Take a look at it one more time. It's an E3, E9. allowing the run to score, and Clear Fork gets a big insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th. Now, a reminder, though, Lady Warriors, 4, 5, 6. They have the heart of their order coming up, so that run may be big for the Lady Colts. Still only one out.
As I glance over at the other side, it looks like the third inning just closed up, 7-1 still. Clear Fork baseball taking care of business against Ontario.
Colts looking for the day's sweep on Hot Dog Day. Bunt attempt, the squeeze is fouled back. It's 0-1 for Bailey Riddle.
This is Presley Lilly, actually, who's stepping in as a pinch hitter in this situation. So the freshman getting some time.
I will say they did pick the right type of ketchup. It was Heinz that I wore, the only ketchup that you should eat out of the great city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
It's a shame they don't have a stadium named after them anymore.
Yeah, I know. Looking for the bunt again, she offered, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes as they tried that squeeze once again, the sacrifice squeeze, I should say.
So you're looking at Presley. She hits .364. She is down 0-2, however, here. She went a perfect 2 for 2 last week in the game against Galleon. So she's coming in seeing the ball well.
The 0-2. Fly ball to center, tracked down. Runner tags. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. It's a sacrifice fly and a 4-1 Colts lead.
And you will take that if you're a freshman. Lily's 4th RBI of the year is a sacrifice to center.
And sometimes it's good not to be able to get that bunt down. It still turns into a run. 4-1 Lady Colts. Nobody on now with 2 outs. And Carr up the bat. Carr, we have her down 1 for 2, a single and then reached on an error. Grounds that one foul. It's 0-1.
I think they have it too, but they swapped the errors.
Yeah.
We thought the error was on her second at bat, but they saw it on the first one.
The 0-1. Fouled away into the street. It's 0-2. Colts, Lady Colts scoring 3 times here in the 6th. They're now 3 outs away from remaining unbeaten and early in MOAC play at 3-0. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the changeup. And that will end the threat. But Clear Fork putting 3 up on the board. 3 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors, no one left on. They lead 4-1 as they look to close things out in the 7th.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Top of the 7th. Clear Fork leading Ontario 4-1, scoring 3 runs in the 6th inning. Travis Berardi alongside Jonathan Langdon and Shafer looking to close things out. And we were just talking about who our MVP should be. Not many hits, but a lot of defensive plays, and I think we have our MVP of Clear Fork able to close this out because we had a couple nominees that really kept this a 1-run game when they were trailing with their defensive abilities.
Are we gatekeeping that, or are we
Well, we'll keep.
to knock it out of the park? To knock it out of the park. And they're proving that here today. That is now their 6th home run of the year.
And hold the phone. This one ain't over yet, like I just said. Although I will say, Bob Walk, longtime color commentator for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and a situation like this when it's a multiple-run game in the 9th, man, those solo home runs are rally killers because now you have to reset. However, that's a lot of momentum.
It was the leadoff.
That's a lot of momentum right now for Ontario, and it gets the starting pitcher thinking a little bit. That's a fly ball out the deep center, and it's over the head of Rogers. Throw into second, not in time. And Ontario back-to-back extra base hits.
A homer and a double here from the heart of the lineup.
And that brings the tying run to the plate with nobody out.
Now, one thing that may get into the play here is the rain is starting to pick up. And in a situation where if it does pick up any more and they decide to stop this one, they could end it here. They could call it in a situation like this, even though Ontario is rallying.
There's a sacrifice bunt. Blue ball grounds it, throws the first. Runner advances to third. However, a big first out there for the Lady Colts. That's a sacrifice. 5-3. One down now for Corwin. Popped to second, lined out to Perry. She represents, once again, the tying run. The pitch to Corwin. Outside, ball one. So the offense is finally picking up here in the last
And this is
15 minutes.
This is your designated player. You have her out here for situations like this. So can Corwin, the freshman, pull through?
There's a fly ball. That's going to stay in the field of play, though. It's caught. Here's the throw home. It's a good one, but the run will score. It's 4-3.
But here you go again. Talked about solo home runs being rally killers. Now you got to sacrifice fly and you get a score. You're down one still, and the bases are empty again with two gone.
That'll bring up Gray. Grounded to third in the third and grounded to first in the fifth. Has to get on base or knock it out to keep Ontario alive here in the seventh.
Credit to Ontario, though. They struck quick.
Yes, they did.
Their first two hitters have already scored. And then the last two that we've seen, they both sacrificed.
Popped up. Will it stay in play? It does, and the Colts survive. It's a final. A tough play to end the game as Carr had to come back, makes the lunging catch, and that will do it. 4-3, an exciting opening game for this two-game series as the Lady Colts hold on. We'll take a break. When we come back, our MVP interview, Jonathan, we'll talk to her after the break. You're watching girls softball, MOAC style, hot dog style, on a Wednesday afternoon.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skoronsky. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Sutton Bank player of the game. It is Clear Fork right fielder Katrina Rogers. 2 assists to keep the game 1-0. She also had a single in the 6th inning, scored a run as the Lady Colts win 4-3 to stay unbeaten in the MOAC. It's cold. Congratulations, Katrina.
Thank you.
First off, your guys' defense really good. Other than the error that scored the first run for Ontario, you guys had a lot of defensive assists, especially you out in right field. What were you just looking at? How were you able to keep composed in those moments to get big outs?
I would say our coach works us pretty hard during practices, and I don't know, I just try to stay calm out there and always think to where to go with the ball.
Ontario's pitcher, pretty darn good today. Just what was she able to throw to keep you guys off balance?
She had a really, really good changeup, and I think she may have also had another off speed, and that really got us. But other than that, I think we were good.
What happened in that 6th inning, though? I mean, you got the first run to score. A couple errors helped you guys, but what were you able to do in that 6th inning to finally get some balls hit and to get the lead for good?
We've always struggled about getting runs earlier in the game. We've been late getting runs later in the game. But I think just energy, sometimes we lack that. But I don't know, we just decided to get big in the end of the game.
Do you like playing in this weather? Do you like it warm or colder? What do you like?
I'd rather play in the warm weather.
I think I'd like to call games more in the warm weather. Does that have a play in it as well?
Yes.
Being cold?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we talked about as well. finally, as always, you want to look into the camera, give shout-outs, go for it.
I'd like to shout out my family for always supporting me and all my coaches.
There you have it. Tonight's MVP, Katrina Rogers, did it on the defensive end and the offensive end. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Time now to wrap things up here in the post-game show brought to you by Global Energy Partners. Lady Colts hold off the Lady Warriors of Ontario 4-3 as the rain really starting to come down now. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon in the pitcher's duel through 5 innings. Then once the 6th hit, it really got going on the offensive end.
Yeah, and I think the weather played a part of that, not seeing too much batting out of either side. Saw a homer there late. Trying to get back into the game from Ontario, but outside of that, hitting was not was a premium here in this game. So the Colts able to pull through. They get a good win. I think the turning point of this one, though, Ontario, they scored their first run when the catcher threw down to second, and there's a 3-base error as it went out past the center fielder. Same exact situation happened on the other side of things, and when Clear Fork was able to get that in their favor, that's when they kind of took momentum and scored a couple more runs and got the insurance they needed to come away with a 1-run win.
3 errors in that 6th inning pretty much did it for Ontario. 3 runs, 3 hits, 5 errors. Clear Fork, 4 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Next up for both teams, well, they'll head up to Ontario tomorrow. 5:15 for the final game of the 2-game series. And you know what? It could very well be the same as what we see here, but hopefully a little bit more.
And hey, Ontario after that is going to be going to your neck of the woods. They're going to West Virginia.
Yeah, they're actually playing Williamstown, St. Mary's, and then my arch rival in high school, Wheeling Central Catholic. So go Warriors, beat Central. Please, please beat Central. But anyway, any final words before we try and move our cold bodies?
Shout out to the Colts for the win today on the softball field. Baseball is still working on it, though. Hopefully they don't get rained out. This doesn't get any crazier, but they are leading by 4 runs, and it looks like bottom of the 3rd, bottom of the 4th, potentially. One of those two. I can't see the scoreboard well from here.
I'm pretty sure it's the bottom of the 4th. So you can watch that on our Facebook timeline as well as YouTube main page and X. But we, over here, are going to clean up and get out of here. I want to thank everybody who helped make things possible today. Jonathan Langdon, as always, thank you for the call. Also, Brandon Powell on the camera work, getting all the action, including me getting hit in the back with a relish gun and falling on my face. I want to thank our sponsors as well today. Wellspring, our scoreboard sponsor. Global Energy Partners, our pregame 5th inning stretch postgame sponsor. Sutton Bank, our MVP sponsor. Charter Next Generation, our instant replay sponsor. Wellspring, Pinnacle Cleaners, and Sutton Bank, our commercial sponsors. I want to thank Jess Brocon, the fine folks here at Clear Fork High School, for allowing us to be here today, as well as the OHSA for allowing us to be live and free. Clear Fork holds on 4-3 in the rain to knock off Ontario. For Brandon Powell, for Jonathan Langdon, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from Belleville.